Hello, everyone. Hello, Proski. Hello, Lane. Hello, Ed. How are you all doing? Thank you very much for dropping by. Good. Very good to hear. Me? I'm doing well, thank you. Yep, doing real fine. This stream is gonna be pretty short. I need to get to like a meeting later, so this won't be a really long stream. But I'll get some work done for you guys. To be honest, I saw the notification and went yeet. Heck yeah. Alright, so for any of you that don't know what's going on, how's my phone? My phone's fine. Why? Did I say anything that was wrong with it? I don't remember saying anything wrong with it. For those who don't know what's going on, always new to these kind of streams, my name is Horse. I am the video editor of the YouTube channel, and now and then what I do is, if there's a video that I'm going to be editing, that I'm going to be uploading to YouTube, I will stream me editing it live on stream. And me and Zen, well, Zen read a new creepypasta not long ago. He read 2 creepypastas actually, and today we're going to be doing one of them. He read Smile Dog, which is a very old creepypasta, like it's probably one of the very first ones on the internet. And the second one was, oh, what was it called? I remember now. Don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like a Lovecraftian sort of creepypasta. So he did those 2, and I'm gonna be working on both of them. But for today, or a little bit of today anyway, for how long the stream will go, I will be working on Smile Dog. Text you on a question, but I forgot what I asked and what's going on. Alright, sorry. I don't really check my phone all too much. What's going on? No. Normal day, normal life. Yeah. Everything seems pretty slow. Everything's... Well, that's how I like it anyway. I like it slow. I like things not really happening. I got my editor from school. Alright. Which program do you use, Ed? Back in school, when I worked on computers, I used Adobe Premiere. And it was actually like... Was it the software that wouldn't be getting to video editing? Or was it before that? I think it was before that, actually. Yeah, because I remember impressing the teacher with my editing skills, and it's mostly because I already did it, so I knew how to do it. The what's going on was me referring to, well, you saying that you're doing 2 creepypastas, so you've already answered it. Alright, yeah. Yeah, today's stream I'm going to be working on a creepypasta called Smile Dog. a really old creepypasta back in 2010, I believe. So, right around the time when YouTube was getting pretty popular. About around the time when they had 5-star rating instead of a thumbs up rating. Crazy back then. So I've got the raw material here. A lot of this is going to be, like maybe all of that is probably the second story and a lot of filler. I think Jeff the Killer was 2006. Damn. Yeah, there's a lot of creepypasta that existed, like, well before the internet got, like, where it is. Hello, Oof. Hello, Zen. My editor will be playing Spider-Man Miles. Spider-Man Miles. Is that a PlayStation 5 title? I'm gonna quote you anyway. Oh shit, where's my like and dislike? Not dislike. Why why were we promoting dislikes? There we go, there it is. Okay. Yes, it's one of the new games. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't have a PlayStation 5, so a lot of these games I don't hear about too much. It's on the PS4, but I'd prefer it on PS5. It's nice to see that Sony still It's nice to see that they still support their older console, even if the new one's still out. All right, let's get some work done then before I have to go. I won't be going. I won't be like gone until maybe like an hour and a half in. I have an Xbox. I used to have an Xbox 360 and a PS3. Alright, so let's see. So what I'm gonna do first for the stream, depending how long it will take, it'll probably be the only thing I would be doing, but who knows. I'm gonna be cutting this stream up for this one story, so that any mistakes that were in there, I take them out, and if there's anything I feel like needs changing, I mess around with it. So let's get started.
Smile Dog. I first met in person with Mary E. in the summer of 2007. I had arranged with her husband of 15 years, Terrence, to see her for an interview. Mary had initially agreed since I was not a newsman, but rather an amateur writer gathering information for a few early college assignments, and if all went according to plan, some pieces of fiction. We scheduled the interview.
So like that bit I would get rid of. I'm pretty sure I just interrupted that.
Scheduled the interview.
Can you do that last bit again?
Sure.
I did.
Where should I start? Since I was not a newsman, but rather an amateur writer gathering information.
Okay, here we go.
Mary had initially agreed since I was not a newsman, but rather an amateur writer gathering information for a few early college assignments, and if all went according to plan, some pieces of fiction.
Wait, did you start at the beginning?
First met in person with Mary E. in the summer of 2007. I had arranged with her husband of 15 years, Terrence, to see her for an interview. Mary had initially agreed since I was not a newsman, but rather an amateur writer gathering information.
Ah, here it is. There we go.
Since I was not a agreed since I was not since
Oh. Ugh. Oh dear.
Mary had initially agreed since I was not.
Wait, what? Yeah. Ooh. Zen, if you're here, we may need to do a retake. This that's a bad take. I didn't realize he started at a different sentence. You editing too? I always edit. I don't think Zen's ever made a single video that isn't a live stream. Well, no, I'll take that back. He did record his vacation journal. Horse the editor, exactly. But yeah, Zen, if you're here, hey, I edited some small stuff. Like what? Go on, I want to hear what you actually edited. Did you edit this horse here? Or this Rinaru? Didn't think so. The Amnesia video, I had to clip stuff out to shorten it. You did? Yeah, I'm editing a 3-hour recording soon right now, doing an edit on a 17-minute recording. Nice. That's why I got an editor. So yeah, Zen, we need to do a retake on this bit. I didn't realize you started the sentence in the middle of a paragraph. So it sounds really strange, the way that you did it. Listen. So this is how you originally said it, and I told you to redo it. So this is how you originally said it.
Mary had initially agreed since I was not a newsman, but rather an amateur writer gathering information for
Oh, hang on. This is still my bits.
few early college assignments. And if all went according to plan, some...
You know what? No, hang on. That part sounds fine. Okay, hang on.
few early college assignments. And if all went...
Okay, you know what? No, yeah. Crisis averted. I know what to do. I know what to do. That part sound okay. You just started on a bit that threw me off, but that's fine. Everything's cool. I remember the question. Did you used to watch Space Ghost to Coast? No.
assignments. And if...
So this is when I need to cut it off. So
a few early college assignments.
did me to repeat it like that.
For a few early college assignments. And if all went according to plan, some pieces of fiction.
Hang on.
But rather an amateur writer gathering information for a few early an amateur writer gathering information for a few early college assignments. And but rather an newsman, but rather
Yeah, no, I like this one. Yeah, I like it this way.
Early college assignments. And if all went according to plan, some pieces of fiction.
Cool.
We scheduled the interview for a particular weekend when I was in Chicago on unrelated business. But at the last moment, Mary changed her mind and locked herself in the couple's bedroom, refusing to meet with me. For half an hour, I sat with Terrence as we camped outside the bedroom door. I, listening and taking notes while he attempted fruitlessly to calm his wife.
How does the volume sound, by the way, guys? Is it too loud, too quiet? Am I sounding clear? Do I need to be quiet? Do I need to be more loud? Is the music fine? Is the Zen voice fine? It's good? Good.
Wife. Okay. The things Mary said made... Wife. The things Mary said made little sense but fit with the pattern I was expecting. Though I could not see her, I could tell from her voice that she was crying, and more often than not, her objections to speaking with me centered around an incoherent diatribe on her dreams, her nightmares. Terrence apologized profusely when he ceased the exercise. I'm gonna read that again.
Okay.
Terrence apologized from her voice that she was crying, and more often than not, her objections to speaking with me centered around an incoherent diatribe on her dreams, her nightmares. Terrence apologized.
There we go.
Her nightmares. Terrence apologized profusely when we ceased the exercise, and I did my best to take it in strides.
Hang on.
Terrence apologized.
Okay.
And I did my best to take it in strides. Recalled that I wasn't a reporter and...
Hey, Ken, how you doing?
Terrence apologized profusely when we ceased the exercise, and I did my best to take it in stride. Recall that I wasn't a reporter in search of a story, but merely a curious young man in search of information. Besides, I thought at the time I could perhaps find another, similar case if I put my mind and resources to it. Mary E.
Chop that bit out.
Mary E. was the psyop for... Wait.
Hey, Horse, what do you think you want to play? I won't have enough time to play a game today. Maybe another time when I have more time. Like I said, this is going to be a pretty short stream. In about an hour and 20 minutes from now, I'll be going to a meeting. So, we're just going to be doing a short stream. And get some work done.
Sysop? Sysop?
Sysop?
Oh, systems operator. Literally never heard that before. Shmal Chicago.
Oh god.
Mary E. was the...
If you guys weren't there when he did this recording, we like we like to mess around in between takes.
Mary E. was the sysop for a small Chicago... Well, I'm gonna actually say the word. Mary E. Put my mind and resources to it. Mary E. was a systems operator for a small Chicago-based bulletin board system in 1992 when she first encountered smile.jpg and her... When she first encountered 92. When she first encountered smile.jpg and her life changed forever. She and Terrence had been married for only 5 months. Mary was one... wait, hang on. Terrence had been married... Mary was... She... When she first encountered smile.jpg... Mary...
There we go.
Months. Mary was one of an estimated 400 people who saw the image when it was posted as a hyperlink on the BBS. I think my bottle just popped. I'm going to read that again. Mary was...
Now you know what it looks like. What it looks like to be an editor. I have to go through the same clip over and over again.
Months. Mary was one of an estimated 400 people who saw the image when it was posted as a hyperlink on the BBS, though she is the only one who has spoken openly about the experience. The rest have remained anonymous, or are perhaps dead. In 2005, when I was only in 10th grade, Smile.jpg was first brought to my attention by my burgeoning interest in web-based phenomenon. Mary phenomenon. Mary.
I don't like the gasp. Like a dying fish. I'm gonna do what I like to call Frankensteining. That's where you take a piece from another time frame of the same line, or from another source, who knows, and then using that to make it sound like it belongs there. It's usually just like blank, like quiet moments, but not like nothing there, because there is like a background noise, and I want to keep that consistent.
Phenomenon. Mary was the most.
Just like that. How was your day today, Hoof? My day has been hoofy. Yeah, it's been alright. Nothing really. Well, nothing to really talk about, per se. But I'm enjoying my day so far. You know, keeping myself safe. Hope you all taking care of yourselves too, making sure that your family are good, you're good, your friends are good, any siblings. Gotta stay safe in this time. We may be out of 2020, but 2021, it's only just begun. Don't you think it's better to use Audacity and then put the full MP3 on Vegas? What, chop it all up? What do you mean? What would I get out of doing it in Audacity? I mean, I've got no problem doing it here. Plus, I'd have to learn how to use Audacity. I've seen it. I knew somebody who used it as well in the past, but I've never used it myself, so I wouldn't know how everything works on that. Plus, I'm going to be adding pictures and effects later. Next stream? I don't know. I really don't know, Ed. Maybe Among Us, maybe Jackbox. What else do I typically stream? That's so far the only games I've streamed so far that isn't like a full-on game. Hey Zach, how you doing? They're not like a full-on game like I did with oh come on, you know what you played. Sekiro. And what else did I do on YouTube? I'm not sure, but I've made a playlist of all the streams I've done so far. If you want to go like watch through all that playlist to see what I've been up to, like past editing videos or games I've played, feel free. In fact, I encourage you. I say they're kind of fun to watch. If you want something different from Zen's content and you want my content instead, I made a full playlist of that if you want to enjoy watching that. What about VR? I did do VR. Yeah, you're right. I did Quill. And I also did The Climb recently. So yeah, that's actually a good point. Maybe in the future I might think about doing more VR, but I would need like a better way to set it up. Also, I think my PC might need upgrading, because I'm starting to see like some performance issues. Like I would be playing a game and then like the overlay for Oculus, it would start chugging like frame rate, and it gives a bit of it gives me a bit of a motion sickness when it happens. The first one is to climb, exactly. Yeah, but even that one, it had some audio issues. Like, a lot of times I would be quiet because I'd be facing away from the microphone, or the game would be too loud. So that one I'm definitely gonna need to do some experimenting with. But I'd be happy to do VR. I enjoy VR. There's a lot of games I have that I think would be cool to stream, like Half-Life Alyx. And there's one particular game I want to stream called Ghost Giant, but again, we need to sort that out. We need to figure out how to set it up with the VR and streaming.
In a web-based phenomenon. Mary was the most often cited victim of what is sometimes referred.
Yeah, Zen. I think he mentioned that to me. I haven't seen any gameplay of it though. It's paranormal, isn't it? Like you're ghost hunting, but you're just in VR. Didn't that win at the Game Awards? Like the most anticipated game? I played it. Yeah, brave. It's really nice. Okay. We'd have to look into it, see what we think about it. I'm not opposed to it, so. We'll have to work out how we can stream it.
Mary was the most often cited victim of what is sometimes referred to as Smile.dog.
Hey JJB, how you doing? I got it and played it on VR and screamed. Yeah, I can't imagine like a VR horror game. I can only imagine it's been incredibly scary. Cause like you're in it now. You're not just like staring at a screen. You're in the game.
The being Smile.jpg is reputed to display. What caught my interest.
My editor is editing right now. Nice.
Reputed to display. What caught my What caught my interest, other than the obvious macabre elements of the cyber legend and my proclivity towards such things, was the sheer lack of information.
Editor edits, editors edit, editor. Editor editing edits, then editor would edit for editors. You know, I just realized we say editor like T-E-R, ter, but we spell it with an O, so it's Tor, editor, or editor. Yeah, if I say it with an E, it doesn't look right. English is weird. Editor. 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 Editee.
Usually to the point that people don't believe it even exists other than a rumor or hoax. It is unique because though the entire phenomenon centers than a rumor or hoax. It is unique because though the entire phenomenon centers on a picture Wait, hang on.
Hey. I always like doing that. Just before he says anything, you hear like the first noise that come out of him. You stop it right there.
Hoax. It is.
Ah, I didn't do it that right time.
It is unique because though the entire phenomenon centers on a picture file, that file is nowhere to be found on the internet. Certainly, many photo-manipulated simulacra litter the web. Certainly, many photo-manipulated file. That file is nowhere to be found. It is unique because though the entire phenomenon centers on a picture file, that file is nowhere to be found on the internet. Certainly, many.
It's a snake. There's a TV channel called E. Oh, isn't that like I mean, I've never seen it, but like, isn't that like the channel that like they go to celebrities and talk to them about their personal lives and all that? I mean, I haven't watched TV in a long ass time. I can't remember when I last saw it. I really can't, actually. Was it during school? Oh god, I actually forgot when the last time I watched TV. That's weird. Watch Dogs Legion is probably one of my favorite games. Mine is PES 2020. Oh yeah, I haven't heard of that one. PES is is it soccer? Soccer, yeah. It's a soccer game. Yes, it's the alternative to EA's FIFA. Is it FIFA? It's FIFA, right? Yeah, FIFA's soccer. And I can't remember the American football games called. If they do the football game. Pro Evolution Soccer. Yeah, I've seen it now and then.
Internet. Certainly, many.
Oops, I forgot about the sun.
Certainly, many photo-manipulated simulacra litter the web, showing up with the most frequency on sites such as the image board 4chan, particularly the particularly the X-focused paranormal. Pickle tickle. And particularly the X-focused paranormal subboard. Hang on. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, now and then he'll be like, he'll stop reading to take a drink because I can't blame him. You know, all this reading is definitely going to be sore on the throat. Not sore on the throat. It's going to be rough on the throat. And it's going to make him dry.
Particularly the X-focused paranormal subboard, not subbard.
Subterranean, Mr. Zen.
Particularly the X-focused paranormal subboard. It is suspected these are fakes because they do not have the effect.
Wait, subboard.
Subboard.
I'm gonna cheat a little bit and see how this sounds.
Oh, subboard.
No, never mind. Subboard.
Most subboard.
Ooh.
Subboard. Almost subboard.
There you go, see? I knew I could cheat. I could cheat the system.
It is suspected these are fakes because they do not have the effect the true smile.jpg is believed to have.
I don't know what the system is, but I cheat it.
Namely sudden onset temporal lobe, epilepsy, and acute anxiety.
Oh boy, I do not know what that says. I'm very sorry, JJB, but I don't know what that language is. I have a hard time with English.
Anxiety.
It's Polish. I've got Polish friends actually. I met one in college and I met another one on a Minecraft server. They were cool guys. A bit different, but they were cool. When I mean different, I mean like different from how I surround myself. Like the people I meet. What video are you editing? I am editing the Smile Dog creepypasta story back in 2010. Floppy Penguin read these creepypasta stories. He's read 2. And I'm going to be doing this one today. Yeah, we did it on Twitch. Hey Lightning, how you doing? So, depending how long this is going to be, it might not be too long now I look at it. This part, this over here, this is another story. We won't be doing that. But depending on how much time I've got, I don't have a lot of time. I have about an hour left before I'm going to end the stream. But right now I'm just going to be cutting up the stream and taking out any mistakes that we did in the recording. Have you ever heard of the Smile Dog story? Or at least the image? It's not a nice looking image, I will say that. If you are easily scared, I would not recommend looking at it. But it is a really old creepypasta. Like I said, 2010, so 11 years ago. 11 years ago, I would have been 15. I would have been in high school still. You got Scribblenauts. I've heard of that game. What was it about? Aside from astronauts. Scribblenauts. Oh yeah! It's that game where it's the one where you have to type in like phrases and then you create that phrase as a living thing. So like a blue tiny elephant or a red hot boat. It's the Mega Pack. Oh yeah, I see it right here. It's the website. Yeah, this was a really interesting game when it first came out. Very interesting.
Hang on. This purported reaction in the viewer is one of the reasons the phantom-like smile.jpg is regarded with such disdain. Since it is patently absurd.
Gotta love that first sound.
Since it is patently absurd, though depending on whom you ask, the reluctance to acknowledge smile.jpg's existence might just be as much out of fear as it is out of disbelief. Neither smile.jpg nor smile.dog is mentioned anywhere on Wikipedia, though the website features anywhere on Wikipedia. Leaf. Neither smile.jpg nor smile.dog is mentioned anywhere on Wikipedia, though the website features articles on such other, perhaps more scandalous shock sites.
Wait, hang on. I'm wondering how is this going to sound if I take this bit out.
Smile.jpg nor smile.dog.
See how this sounds without that.
Smile.jpg nor smile.dog.
Maybe. If I just drag that out a bit.
.jpg nor smile.jpg nor smile. .jpg nor smile.dog. .jpg nor smile. Neither smile.jpg nor smile.dog is mentioned anywhere. JPEG nor smile.dog is.
I'm trying to make it sound natural. Don't want it to sound more like he's abruptly stopped to say the next sentence. I want it to flow naturally into the next words.
Neither smile.jpg nor smile.dog is mentioned anywhere on Wikipedia.
Yeah, I like that. That's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though the website features articles on such other, perhaps more scandalous shock sites as hello.jpg or Two Girls One Cup. Any attempt to create a page pertaining to smile.jpg is summarily deleted by any of the encyclopedia's many admins. Encounters with smile.jpg are the stuff of internet legend. Mary E's story is not unique. There are unverified rumors of smile.jpg showing up in the early days of used legend. Mary E's story is not unique. There are there are
I don't know why, but it sounds like a banjo character for a second.
There are unverified rumors of smile.jpg showing.
So let me hear what it sounded like before.
There are
Oh, you know what? That actually, I don't know why I thought it needed work on that.
There are unverified rumors of smile.jpg showing up in the early days of.
Hey JJB. Welcome back.
Of Usenet and even one persistent tale that in 2002, a hacker flooded the up in the early days of. Usenet and even one persistent tale that in 2002, a hacker flooded the forums of humor.
So let's see this again.
The early days of Usenet.
Yu-Gi-Oh! You're thinking of getting Broforce. Why is that McDonald? McDonald? I'm sorry. Why is that Chase? I don't know why I said that. Oh, because your last name's McDaniel. There you go. That's why I got McDonald's mixed up. Broforce. Isn't that the like a side-scrolling shooting game? It's all like pixel retro looking. Everyone name has a bro in it. Yeah, that's a pretty old game now, isn't it? 2012? I mean, I can just Google it real quick. Instead of making guesses. $214. Yeah, quite some time now. 7 years. It's a game that's basically a considered crossover episode X5. I think it started development in 2014, but Steam released it in 2015. Alright. Interesting. And Ed's getting Red Dead Redemption 2. I love the first Red Dead Redemption game. I thought it was like a really cool take on like GTA, but making it like a Wild West style. So I hope you enjoy Red Dead Redemption 2.
Days of Usenet any of Usenet any.
Why can't I get this to sound right?
Early days of Usenet.
When in doubt, let it be. First one was understanding. Why's that? I would definitely say it's aged a bit. I would say it aged a bit, but I think back when I played it on the Xbox 360, I really enjoyed the different take on it. It was made by the same creators of Omnibus. Oh, I've heard about Omnibus. Very weird game. I think Enter the Gungeon. Yeah, that sounds about right. Hold on. Bro, Force Digital. Devolve Digital. Yeah. Published by the same people, so most likely that might be the same person as well. Oh, Devolver's from Texas. Nice. Yeah, that's right, Chase. They also did Minute, which we streamed on well, we did stream it, but we've uploaded it as a YouTube video if you want to check that out. Minute Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3 I think we got to.
Early days of Usenet, and even one persistent tale that in 2002, a hacker flooded the forums of humor and satire website Something Awful with a deluge of smile.dog pictures, rendering almost rendering almost half the forum's users at the time.
Oh, I interrupted anyway.
Rendering.
I think I'm a little delayed there. Sounds like a good video. I hope it's a good video. It'll be a part of our horror collection videos, which we've been doing more and more recently since Halloween. Well, actually before Halloween, it was actually at the start of October when we started doing these creepypasta stories. Or was it September? I like this music. It is lo-fi radio. Lo-fi hip-hop radio. Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice chilled live stream. Usually made for like if you want to relax or if you want to have something to listen to while you're studying. I like to play it on these streams.
Rendering almost half the forum's users at the time epileptic.
You gotta go? Alright, Ed. You have a good time. Thanks for dropping by. Cheers, man. Hope, can't wait to see you again.
Smile.dog pictures, rendering almost half the forum's users at the time.
I may ask them to retake that one because it sounds like he's starting a new sentence when it's not. Yeah, it's not a new sentence. It's the same sentence. It just doesn't sound right though.
A hacker flooded the forums of humor and satire website Something Awful with a deluge of smile.dog pictures, rendering almost half the forum's users.
Just watched a movie about a streamer who was set up by friends to go to and escape the room. Just watched a movie about a streamer who was set up by friends. This sounds familiar. Why does this sound familiar to me? His friends started getting killed by Russian torturers and it turns out it was fake. Okay, now it don't sound so familiar. But the streamer thought it was real and he got so angry he killed a guy. Well, I can't blame him. When you think something's real, especially when you've seen your friends die. Have I watched Unfriended? Dark Web. I don't know if that's a sequel, but I have heard of it. A movie called Unfriended. It's based off Facebook in it, where someone with like no friends got a friend in the same school, and then that person who friended them started to lose all their friend. It's a sequel, yeah. I also watched wait, hang on. Oh no, right, yeah, Unfriended was the Skype call one. Yeah, that was what I'm thinking of. What was the Facebook one? There was a Facebook one. I actually kind of liked Unfriended. I like the concept of it, but I think the ending is very lackluster. I think in the ending, I think they should have just cut to black, and I would have said that would be a better ending than what it had. It has multiple endings. Scusi. I did not know it had multiple endings. How do you see the... How do you... What? How did they manage this? What, is there just two versions of the film that have different endings? Which one did... Well, never. They're like more than 3. Huh. A random ending. That's interesting. I don't think I've heard a film do that before. Having multiple endings. They had a YouTuber in Chucky's new movie that died too, if I remember correctly. Oh, we need to check that out still. Now that we've finished It 1 and It 2, we should check out Chucky's. If it's still on Netflix. I'm pretty sure it's still on Netflix. Anyway, what was that one I was going to talk about? Facebook one. No. Friend request, that's it, yeah. Friend request. That one was bad. I would say that one's bad. Ren. How you doing, Ren? You're back from shopping? Very good. How are you? Staying safe? Yeah, Zen, if you thought unfriended was bad, friend request is even worse. Hand sanitized, wiped all the shopping items down. Very good. Social distance. Pretty sure there was one where a girl would kill herself if you unfriended her. That's the Facebook one. Yeah, that's friend request. That one, honestly though, even though I said that it's a bad movie, that does kind of give me chills to the idea that if, like, I made friends with someone, and, like, I didn't like them, but if I unfriended them, something horrible will happen to them. So I'm like, well, I can't unfriend them now. I've always worried about that. Horse, I 100 people on their birthday. Ren Savage. Happy birthday. Here's my present. Unfriend. You don't have to see me again. I want Ren to be the protagonist in Friend Request, and I want to see how the ending goes. That's the only time I see some of them. That's the only time I see some of them. Like, I don't talk to them for years and I don't care. I do that. I, like, look through my friend list and I see, like, who I've been friends with and for how long, and when the last time I ever played them, or why I even friended them in the first place. And, like, I always go through, like, should I unfriend them? I don't know. Like, maybe they'll talk someday. They never do. They never do. But then one time I did unfriend someone, and then they wanted to be friends again, and I've never talked to them. Like, at all. I've never talked to this person once. I can't remember how I became friends with them, but for whatever reason, when I unfriended them, they won't be friends again, even though we don't do anything together. Sometimes TV just makes no sense. Well, like I said, I haven't seen TV in a long time. I can't remember the last time I've seen television. Like, personally. I've seen, like, when I go to my relatives, this was obviously before the quarantine thing, when I went to my relatives, I would see, like, their televisions around, and they're playing, I don't know, some kids show in there. But beside that, like, having my own Skybox, I used to have Skybox, back when I actually watched TV. I can't remember the last show I watched there. It would have been a cartoon show, I know that for sure. But I wouldn't have remembered what it was or what aired at that time. I'd say maybe around the time I went to college might have been the last time I watched television. There's this show where they have this 30-second thing where they call a ghost to fight a ghost while the ghost is rushing at them. With the ghost camera, who's operated by a ghost named Ghostington Ghostility. He's pretty ghastly. College horsey. I've been to 2 colleges. So I'm twice the horsey. Like, how are they not dead? Well, actually a friend from college, I did ask him a question about, like, why do people like drama shows so much on television? And he would say to me that drama and, like, anything that's, like, thrilling or scary it's something that barely happens to any of us. Now, we experience like arguments and drama sometimes in our lives, but something like that always happens on television would not really happen in real life. It might, but it might not. So these people watch these television shows to get that thrill, to get that excitement. I'm twice as smart. I wish. I don't think I really got much out of those colleges, to be honest. Well, that's not true. I did get some stuff out of them. The first college I went to, I got Photoshop. How to use Photoshop. And the second college, that was more for like encouragement. So out of that one, I say I got a bit of a leadership skill in that one. Not a huge leadership skill, but for what I did back there, I'd say I did a pretty good job. Sad that it got cut short though. I think it was supposed to be a lot longer, but everyone just left because I think they got upset with not getting what they wanted out of college. They wanted to do this. They wanted to do sports. They wanted to do soccer. But it was more focused on actually learning instead of doing soccer. So they just left. Which actually sucks for them because we did do soccer at the end. We did play a lot more than we learned. So if they just stuck around just a little longer, they would have gotten what they wanted. But they didn't. But I can't blame them, you know. The first part of the year, it really was just sitting in the room on our computers. Wem! Hello, Wem. How you doing, Wem? Wem o Wimuli. Or Imuli. Alright. I have about 30 minutes left before I have to go, so let's get some work done. Or else Zen will cry.
Rendering almost...
Oh yeah, Zen, if you're still here, I think we might need to do a retake of this bit. This is supposed to be the same sentence, but it sounds like you started a new sentence.
Smile.dog pictures. Rendering almost half the forum's users at the time epileptic.
Unless you think it's okay. What do you guys think, actually? Do you think this sounds pretty okay? It's okay if Zen cries? When bad. What do you think of this, guys? Do you think this sounds natural? This is supposed to be one big paragraph.
A hacker flooded the forums of humor and satire website Something Awful with a deluge of smile.dog pictures, rendering almost half the forum's users at the time epileptic.
What do you think? Do you think that's fine? Or do you think that needs to be a retake? It's a bit stuttery. Maybe retake, but it's okay. Can you play it again? Oh, sure.
A hacker flooded the forums of humor and satire website Something Awful with a deluge of smile.dog pictures, rendering almost half the forum's users at the time epileptic.
It's mostly this part I'm talking about. This part here before he says rendering them. Oh, sorry, rendering almost half of the forum. Is it one sentence? It is, yeah. There's a break before pictures and rendering. I vote retake. Alright, I'll let Zen know, and I'll also throw what do you call it, a sticky note in here. Oh, not a sticky note, a marker saying retake. Okay, yeah, the pause. What if you trim it? Well, oh, this, yeah, I trimmed that out, but that's not what I'm mostly talking about. I'm talking about this bit.
Smile.dog pictures, rendering almost half the forum's user.
That's the part I'm talking about.
Smile.dog pictures, rendering almost half the forum's user.
Like, that's not supposed to be a new sentence. That's supposed to be the same paragraph.
Smile.dog pictures, rendering almost half the forum's user.
Yeah. What it is then I asked them to redo it because it didn't sound right to me. But I think he started in a bit of an awkward point.
Dog pictures, rendering almost half the forum's users at the time. Okay. Rendering almost half the forum.
See what I mean? So because he didn't really start at the beginning of the paragraph again, he kind of started in the middle, so it sounds really off. Unless I can use this one.
Rendering almost half the forum's users at the...
And then like splice this bit with that. Let me try that real quick.
Dog picture. Dog pictures.
Epileptic.
Pictures. Rendering almost half the forum's users.
Oops.
Forum's users at the... Users at... Half the...
Half. Yeah, if you could trim and use the other rendering, it's a bit of a cut and paste. Oh, trust me, this whole thing is a cut and paste. You can see all these lines. That's me cutting. That's me trimming.
Almost half the forum's users at the... Forum's users at... Almost half the forum's users at the time. Epileptic.
Pause. I did film too hot. Oh, I know you did, Ren. You've helped. You helped me. Before. I think you said that you showed my work to your friend back in university. I think. Was it university? Well, anyway, yeah. I remember you showed me like a project that your friend did, and you were in it, Ren. You were in the project. I saw you. I saw your hand. It was you. So let me hear this one more time.
A hacker flooded the forums of humor and satire website something.
Oh, hang on. Let's check this out too. It's funny because I only was interested I was only interested in minoring it because I liked criticizing it. Yeah, you should show Wemit. See if she can spot you.
Flooded the forums of humor and satire website Something Awful with a deluge of smile.dog pictures, rendering almost half the forum's users at the time epileptic.
Now, I'll give him granted, that's the way it was written. It says, at the time, epileptic. I'll give him that. The story is written like that. I don't remember if I showed her. You did, I think, yeah. Really? When? Horses only sleep about 3 hours a day. That sounds about right. That actually sounds about right. Do they actually? Hang on. How long do horses sleep for? 3 hours. Wow. Why? They're so big. Why do they want to sleep only 3 hours? It's like power nap every time. You want to know how long cats sleep for? 12 to 16 hours. I want to see a cat try to pull an all-nighter. Horses can sleep both lying down and standing up. Damn. That's standing up is like the most impatient horse way of sleeping. And it's like, fuck it. I ain't laying down. I'm sleeping now. No time to lay down. No time to find a hay spot. The oldest known horse was Old Billion of England, who lived to be 62 years old and died in 1822. That is an odd year to be an old horse. That is a very odd year to be living that long. It's like Queen Victoria. How do you explain it?
At the time, epileptic.
A horse's average lifespan is 20 to 25 years. That is true.
Epileptic. Epileptic.
Alright guys, what do you think of this now? I fiddled around with it.
A hacker flooded the forums of humor and satire website Something Awful with a deluge of smile.dog pictures, rendering almost half the forum's users at the time epileptic. It is also said
What do you think, guys? Is that any better, or do you think a retake is needed? Guys? You didn't leave me, did you? Ren, Wem. Hello. I think that left us, JJB. Left us to have this awkward silence. I'll continue working while I still have time.
It is also said that in the mid to late 90s that smile.jpg circulated on Usenet and as an attachment of a chain email with the subject line, "Smile, God loves you." With the subject line, "Smile." The subject line. Subject line, "Smile, God loves you."
Awkward silence.
Yet despite the huge exposure these stunts would generate, there are very few people who admit to having experienced any of them, and no trace of the file or any link has ever been discovered. Any of them, and no trace of the file.
Hey Lane, how you doing?
admit to having experienced any of them, and no trace of the file having experienced any of them, and no trace of the file or any link has ever been discovered.
Good to hear, man. We have about 10 more minutes before I gotta get going. So if you guys enjoyed the stream, I would really appreciate it if you can leave a like. It'll show to us that you enjoyed these streams and we can continue to make more of them. Was great horse. Great horse.
Those who claim to have seen Smile.jpg often weakly joke that they were Those who claim to have seen Smile.jpg often
Again, he stopped mid-sentence. Did I stop him?
Often weakly joke that they are far too busy to save a copy of the picture to their hard drive. However...
Oh, yeah. I came in. I rescued it.
What is going on?
I don't know what's going on. I know what's going on, Mr. Zen. You try to cheat the system. You can't cheat the system. Only I can cheat the system.
Those who claim to or any link has ever been discovered. Those who claim to have seen Smile.jpg often weakly joke that they were far too busy to save a copy of the picture to their hard drive. However, all alleged victims offer the same description of the photo. A dog-like creature, usually described as appearing similar to a Siberian husky, illuminated by the flash of the camera, sits in a dim room, the only background detail that is visible being a human hand extending.
I'll have to move the like and comment, subscribe. I remember some people saying that the timing of the like, comment, subscribe bit was badly timed in the in one of our older videos. So I'm gonna move that maybe back here. It's gonna be a shorter video anyway, so if, the middle is gonna be different.
What caught my interest, other than the obvious macabre elements of the cyber legend and my proclivity towards such things, was the sheer lack of information.
Okay, yeah, that's better. We wouldn't want to have comment, subscribe while a picture of a dog smiling at you creepily appears on screen. It's like, do you like this content, guys? Do you? I don't see you hitting that like, comment, or subscribe. What's the matter, Georgie? Don't you like the stream? We all like comment and subscribe down here, Georgie. No, Horsey. Why Wem? I thought he was your favorite character.
As appearing similar to a Siberian husky, illuminated by the flash of the camera, sits in a dim room, the only background detail that is visible being a human hand extending from the darkness near the left side of the frame. The hand is empty, but is usually described as beckoning. Of course, most attention is given to the dog, or dog creature, as some victims are more certain than others about what they claim to have seen. The muzzle of the beast is reputedly? Okay. The
butt. You're too good at it, Horse. Oh, thank you so much, Wem. It warms my old, dark, cold heart to hear such compliments. Oh, yes, it does. I'm sorry, I will.
The muzzle of the beast is reputedly split in a wide grin, revealing 2 rows of very white, very straight, very sharp, very human-looking teeth. This, of course, hang on. This is, of course, not a. This is, of course, not a description given immediately after viewing the picture, but rather a recollection of the victims, who claim to have seen the picture endlessly repeated in their mind's eye during the time they are in reality heavily repeated in their mind's eye during the time they are in reality having epileptic fits. These fits are reported to continue intermittently. Well, hang on. These fits are reported to continue indeterminably. Fucking shit. Okay. These fits are.
Gotta go through all the errors first before we get to the right.
These fits are.
Oh, did you hear that double take? How do I play backwards? Ooh, you know what? I should touch that. Last time I touched that, this rate slider down here, it actually got stuck on like a slow speed. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that again.
Fits. These fits are reported.
Don't want to do that one again. No. I don't even remember how I fixed it. I just figured it out one day. Me game done downloading. Awesome. Oh, what? Scribblenauts or PES 2020? Did you hear a fucking door close?
These fits are reported to continue indeterminably, often while the victims sleep, resulting in very vivid and disturbing nightmares. These may be treated with medication, though in somesies? I think they fucked that up. I think he meant in some cases. These may be treated.
Somesies?
These may be treated with medication, though in disturbing nightmares. These may be treated with medication, though in some cases it is more effective than others. Mary.
Alright, I think I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna put maybe retake. I didn't get a good answer. Oh no, a good answer, a clear answer. But yeah, I'm gonna take a. I'm not gonna take a break. I'm gonna end it here. Here we go. I'll get there eventually. I'm gonna end the stream here now, guys. The meeting I'm gonna need to get to is gonna start real soon, so we're gonna call it a night here. We'll continue this some other time, tomorrow or maybe some other day. But as usual, if you enjoyed the stream, we'd appreciate if you leave a like on the video. If you're new, hello, my name is Horace. Floppy Penguin is the owner of the channel, and I am the video editor. If you like these kind of contents, please do subscribe, ring that bell, share it with your friends. We really appreciate the help to get us to partner on YouTube, so that we could do this full time. Ah, sorry, Yika. Yeah, if I didn't have this meeting, I would have kept going. But sorry about that, Yika. You can re-watch this video though, see what you missed. But yeah, as I said, if you guys enjoyed this, please do leave a like. If you're new, please subscribe to the channel. Share this share this content with your friends, and I hope to see you another time. Until then, you all have a good one. Goodbye.